Hey everyone, good to see you all again. Welcome back to another Bracketology update. I first want to mention I apologize for missing the last update. I recorded the video Friday night. I made some mistakes. I meant to eventually get around to re-record it. Never had time. Then yesterday I had my worst headache in like almost 3 years. So yeah, those plans got canceled and I'm feeling a lot better though today. Ready to break down the latest ESPN bracketology update of February 23rd. We are 19 days away from Selection Sunday. Heck yes, this is going to be something to remember. Trust me. I mean, this is going to be this is going to be something else. But let's get into it. I want to show you on the bubble teams first. Of course, the last four byes we have Maryland, Louisville, Seton Hall, VCU. And then the last four in, a.k.a. the two of the four playing games there. IU versus Xavier, Minnesota versus Colorado State, Stanford, UConn, Duke, and Richmond. First four out. Basically, the first four teams out of the tournament directly looking in. And then the next four, St. Louis, SMU, Utah State, Georgia Tech. So a lot of things could still happen in the next couple of weeks. Let's get to the regions really fast. We have some teams moving up and down a bit. Loyola up to an 8, Purdue to a 5. I'm a little surprised by that. They've been in some closer games. I don't know. Seton Hall down to 11. Florida State to a 3. Florida State this year's just been so amazing. I didn't quite expect them to be a 3 seed this high at this point just because of their like Trent Forrest and them graduating and all that, but man, this team's really just goes to show what kind of coach Leonard Hamilton is. Drake up to a 10. Drake, bad news. Roman Penn out for the rest of the year. I mean, that's just going to kill Drake in the long run. He was the leading assists. He was leading an assist in the Missouri Valley Conference. We got Rutgers on the down, North Carolina on the up, USC to a 4, Western Kentucky down to a 13. And then moving down to the list, new UMBC re-entering the bracketology. Maryland, BYU, Kansas up. Some other teams moving down, Texas Tech as well. We're going to talk about some things as we go along here. Let's get into the bracketology, shall we? All right, first up, Gonzaga's going to win no matter what. Loyola versus San Diego State. Loyola had a really close game there against Valparaiso, so it kind of scared me. San Diego State on fire right now. I have to go with San Diego State. I mean, Loyola can definitely win a couple games in this tournament. It just depends on matchup. But San Diego State's a team you want to be weary of them. They have beaten top 25 teams this year. Purdue Toledo, I can see the upset. Purdue's been a weird team to me this year. I didn't think they'd be this good. Here's the thing. They have such a young team. They're a very young team. They have talent. I'm going to go Purdue. That's going to be close, though. And then I can see the upset here, too. Oh, my Lord. Texas. If you saw the game against West Virginia on Saturday, Texas was up 53-43. They're on pace for 100 points plus. This team only scored 29 in the second half. UC Santa Barbara could score. That's a dangerous game there for Texas. But Texas, I know they can get it together. But, man, they need to start getting it together soon. Because if they don't, oh gosh. Missouri, Seton Hall. Missouri has not looked great. Seton Hall, they hang in there. They've had some closer games with some bad. I don't know who to pick here. I think I'll go Missouri. That's tough, though. I would go with the upset. It's tricky. Florida State over Eastern Washington. I got to go Colorado. I'm only picking Colorado because of the injuries with Drake. Not big on Colorado right now. Iowa, Grand Canyon. Iowa, here's the thing. They're defending better. Their guard play needs to keep improving. At times, their guard play just isn't there, it seems like. It's been like basically the Luka Garza show at times. It's just Iowa's got to get it going more and more. They need to keep going. Gonzaga, San Diego State. I would not be surprised to see San Diego State push Gonzaga. I mean, they can, but Gonzaga's going to win, I think. Purdue, Texas, I could see the upset. Texas has to play better. They absolutely have to. I'm going to pick Texas, though. Purdue has just been a very strange team. I don't know if they can really pull it off. Florida State over Missouri, I don't think that's even going to be close, honestly. Iowa over Colorado. Gonzaga, Texas. So Texas plays that offensive powerhouse-like style that they were in the first half against West Virginia. They can keep up with Gonzaga, but Gonzaga can defend too. Can't forget that. And then, yeah, I got an upset here. I think Florida State can beat Iowa. I think Florida State's got the size to match Iowa's size. I mean, they can defend, they get in your face, they play fast. Something's in my throat, I don't know what it is. But Florida State's played really good this year. They are the team to beat in the ACC right now, I think, personally. And it's true. I don't think there's really any bias there. What a heck of a game this would be. But I think Gonzaga can beat Florida State. I think Florida State starting comes to an end. Although Florida State could upset Gonzaga, I could see it. Gonzaga's been on another level this year. All right, who's facing Gonzaga in the Final Four? Let's go to Region 4 in the bottom left. Got Ohio State. Ohio State, tremendous game against Michigan, by the way. They had some really strange errors, though, there in the end. That one backwards pass, whatever they were trying to do, what in the world was that? But, I mean, Chris Holtman, or I think that his first name's Chris Holtman, coach for Ohio State, really has his team playing on another level. One of the biggest weaknesses of OSU is their size. They have sort of limited size. They weren't quite. They're still able to kind of get in Michigan's face. They weren't afraid to do it. That just goes to show that Ohio State can go toe-to-toe with anyone. I'm going to go Florida over Oregon. Oregon just got sideswiped by USC. I mean, Oregon just isn't looking great. Florida, I mean, they're trying. I mean, at least they're trying better than Oregon, it seems like. Texas Tech has not looked tremendous lately. They lost to Kansas. They've lost to Oklahoma State. They've gotten swept now by Oklahoma State and West Virginia and Kansas. It's been tough for Texas Tech this year. But I don't know if Minnesota or Colorado State can upset Texas Tech. I just don't know. Minnesota, if they somehow figure out to get it going, they can beat almost anybody. They can. I think they've proven it already, but they've looked terrible, and I just cannot get behind Colorado State, so I'm going with Texas Tech. I think Minnesota would lose. I don't know who'd win that game at this point. Virginia, you know what? I'm still sick of Virginia, man. I really am. They just lost to Duke. Duke's like an average team at best right now. Winthrop's 20-1, by the way. I mean, Virginia just, And Tennessee, seriously, these two teams, both these teams should be seeded lower. Tennessee should not be a 6. They should be more like a 7. Virginia should be like a 6 or 5. They have just been like, I don't know. I'm going with another upset here. St. Bonaventure, I know they've looked kind of there a couple weeks ago, but I mean, Tennessee just lost to Kentucky. They just lost to Kentucky. I mean, wow. They can't defend to start. Virginia can't score. They can't defend either at times. Now, here's a team that could do both. West Virginia. Maryland, Clemson. This is a rematch from earlier in the year. Clemson beat them by 16. I think Maryland's going to get revenge. Maryland's sneaky. I mean, Maryland could do something in this tournament for sure. That's if they keep things together. They get that upset mentality going. I mean, you never know. Alabama, UMBC. I'm going to go with Alabama, although I want to make a couple points first. Alabama, scared there against Vanderbilt. They did not shoot well from the 3. They really rely heavily on that 3. If Alabama, keep this in mind, if Alabama goes cold from the 3, their whole feng shui pretty much gets thrown off. I mean, dangerous game here because UMBC, from what I've seen, I think, recently, I'm not sure, but this is what I saw. UMBC is one of the best defensive, they have one of the better defensive efficiencies in the country. Alabama plays defense, but it seemed like they didn't quite do that against Vanderbilt. They're just kind of letting Vanderbilt coming back. I'm a little scared about that one. Alabama has got to, I know they can nail it down. It's just, I'm a little weary. I'm not sure. Ohio State and Florida, I'm going to go Ohio State. Texas Tech, I think it's still do something. It's just they need to string it together. They have not looked all together, it seems like. I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is. I mean, seriously, something's not clicking with this team right now. West Virginia, I don't think Maryland can beat Alabama. I mean, Maryland would have to just keep scoring, and Alabama could score a bunch. It's just, yeah, we'll see. Ohio State and Texas Tech. Ohio State's just playing better right now. West Virginia, Alabama. I think this is a matchup Alabama does not want. This would be a physical, high-flying game. Alabama can go cold from the 3. You know, I've been taking Alabama to the Final Four, but if you've watched my videos, I keep saying West Virginia, there's just something about this team this year. They don't give up. They play gritty. You know, Alabama not in the greatest SEC right now. This isn't the best I've seen the SEC look. I mean, it's been kind of weary. That's nothing to take away from Alabama. They've had a hell of a year so far. But a team like West Virginia that has swept Oklahoma. Wait, no, they swept. I forgot who they swept. They swept Kansas. No, they did not. I don't think they swept anybody yet in their Big 12. Point is, West Virginia's been in hard-fought battles. They're battle-tested. And I think West Virginia could beat Ohio State. West Virginia loves to size up on you. They're not afraid to do it. They have Miles McBride, who's a great closer. They call him Deuce McBride. That's his nickname or whatnot. Baylor over the playing game. Rutgers and UNC. Rutgers, oh man, I really wish they were doing better. North Carolina just absolutely bombed Louisville, 99-54. Oh my gosh. Wisconsin, Belmont. No. Belmont's beating you. By the way, one comment. I got a comment from my last video. Wisconsin's going to the Sweet 16. Yeah, okay. Let's, sure, yeah. Wisconsin just, wow. Where do I start with this team? They have balance overall with, like, their talent level. I don't know. They don't have that star player, and it's like they don't have that kind of motor. How do you trust this team? Seriously, how do you trust this team? You can't beat Iowa, for God's sakes. I mean, it was close at one point, then they kind of pulled away. Wisconsin just, I'm not sold on them. I'm not taking them to the Sweet 16. They're not going to the Sweet 16. It's ridiculous. Wisconsin needs to start winning. Belmont, on the other hand, Belmont is a machine. They have multiple guards who can steal the ball more than once. They have high motor guys on that team. And I am going to get gutsy and pick Western Kentucky. Some of you are not going to like this pick. I understand USC is a good team. They got Evan Mobley. He's going to be Pac-12 Player of the Year. But Western Kentucky and Charles Bassey, that team they just don't care who you are. It seems like they will play physical on you. I think that's the difference in this game. Western Kentucky should not be slept on. And USC's not a strong Pac-12. Everyone else in the Pac-12 has not looked really great. Stanford's been okay at times, but, I mean, not sold in that conference. Virginia Tech on COVID pause, I think. VCU, they just lost to George Mason, I think. Oh, Jesus. Houston. How's Houston a 3 seed? I really don't know. It should be a 4 or something like that. I'm sorry, Houston. I really love Houston, man. But this team, this is an upset, potentially. I know they just blew out Cincinnati. But, oh, boy. Houston, I'm not so sure. I was way more confident about them earlier in the year before Caleb Mills decided to depart for the season. I'm going to go Boise State. Why not? Over LSU, that's a coin flip at that point. Illinois over Sam Houston State. We're going to go to Baylor over North Carolina. Ooh, this is a good one. I'm gonna go Belmont though over Western Kentucky, and then I'm gonna take Virginia Tech to upset Houston. They can do it. I mean, Houston though, they do play good defense, but it seems like Houston at times they're just not all there collectively. I don't know what it is with this team. I don't know. Illinois over Boise State. Baylor's going to end Belmont's run. We got Illinois over Virginia Tech. I still believe in Illinois. I know. They were in a close game with Northwestern. I don't know what that's all about either. I get it. They blew out Minnesota recently, but here's the thing. It's all about how you finish, honestly. And Illinois, I think, is going to play some of the best basketball come March. Hopefully. I know some of you told me you've been weary. I understand. I've been too. We're on the same page. Trust me. Michigan really looks great. Juwan Howard, great coach. They defend well. They have tremendous size. They have speed. They shoot the 3 well. Oklahoma State over UCLA. As of now, Oklahoma State's going to play. That depends on the appealing date and whatnot. I got an upset. I got Wichita State beating Creighton. Wichita State, interim head coach, just recently hopping on in, of course. After Greg Marshall left, they beat Houston. Wichita State's looking like the team to beat in the AAC now. Creighton, At times has looked kind of funny. I'm not so sure. And Kansas, of course, immediately jumps to a 4. After, I mean, Kansas, they've played better, yes. I gotta give them that. Arkansas, IU could beat Xavier, but IU at this point, I don't know if they're going to make the tournament. I have a feeling they're not going to make the tournament. They need to play better offensively. Their backcourt needs to play better offense. It's just Trace Jackson Davis cannot do everything. I mean, this is a team that does not have a strong supporting cast. Man, they do not look good right now. Oklahoma over UNC Greensboro. I'm going to take BYU over Louisville. I'm going to take Villanova over Siena. Good game here, but I think Michigan's size and Michigan's got like 9 seniors in their team. They got a lot of like veteran experience on the team. That's going to really go a long way. Wichita State and Kansas. They had a game in the NCAA tournament in 2014 or 2015, and Wichita State upset them. This time around, I don't think that's going to happen. I think Kansas is just playing better. Wichita State, this is not a vintage Wichita State team at all. So I can see Arkansas beating Oklahoma here, but Oklahoma has just been really tough. They can drop a bunch of points. We saw that against West Virginia. They just want me to take Villanova to the Sweet 16. I'm not buying into Villanova this year. I really am not. Kansas and Michigan, they had a Sweet 16 game back in 2013. I just think Michigan gets the better of them again in that one. And I'm going to take Oklahoma to upset Villanova. And then I know I haven't been taking Michigan to the Final Four or whatnot recently, but, they just look tremendous. You got to give them all the credit. They really do. Alrighty, Final Four time. Gonzaga versus West Virginia would be a rematch of the Jimmy V Classic from December 2nd. West Virginia could have won that game. I think Gonzaga beats them again. Although West Virginia can win that game. Wait a minute. No, I think Gonzaga beat them again. And then Illinois and Michigan, they're going to face each other later this week. And Houston, I almost forgot too. There was a team that has a big game against Houston. I wanted to mention that too before I picked my Michigan-Illinois game. I almost forgot about this. Yeah, Houston's got a big game coming up on Thursday. I want to see who it is real quick. Houston, yeah, it's Western Kentucky. Houston hosts Western Kentucky on Thursday. Must-watch game, by the way. Illinois, Michigan. I think Illinois could beat Michigan. I really do. In Michigan, though, they play better defensively, but man, you got Illinois. Illinois' got some tremendous playmakers. Ayo Dosunmu, one of the best closers, probably the best closer in the nation. Kofi Coper, just the physicality and size of him is just a problem in the inside. Gonzaga, Illinois. I am going to take Illinois to win the national championship. And that was my bracketology. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys again for the next one. And also additional college basketball videos coming in. I need to get some ideas down, more ideas down for these videos in the next couple of weeks. You're going to see more content coming up as we get closer to March Madness. I'll see you guys later. And one more thing. I'm going to predict certain conference tournaments, the bigger ones overall, like the Big 10, Big 12, ACC, AAC. You'll be seeing that around roughly once we get towards conference tournament time. I'll see you guys again soon.